Stockwell-Eldridge Show, giving you the real-time information you need to make educated decisions about buying and selling in the world-renowned Twin Cities. Now your hosts and real estate experts, Jason Stockwell and Don Eldridge.
Good morning, Twin Cities. This is the Stockwell-Eldridge Show. Jason Stockwell is back in the house. He's back from his trip in California. Welcome back, Jason.
Survived.
I forgot. Yeah, we tried calling him, and he was ditching us.
He ditched out on us.
Did you call me?
He was very sick. He was very sick.
Yeah, he was on the beach.
Yes, we had the Sparkles and Champagne show when you were gone.
It was great. It felt kind of cool to sit in Jason's chair. Yeah.
Oh, you guys both got to sit over here?
Yes.
Nice.
We
Very
did.
nice.
Yeah, it was kind of fun.
nice
But we
little treat.
missed you. We just thought we'd call in to hear from you for a little bit, but that's okay. Glad you were back. And
Great
had
trip. Highly recommend it. North of San Francisco.
Did you go to Carmel?
No, it's called Windsor. It's.
Did you fly or drive?
Well, we flew to San Francisco.
You did?
Kids
Okay.
loved it. First flight, 3 kids. They had a great time.
Kids loved it. Mom and Dad not so much. No,
Yeah. Genevieve, our youngest, didn't like it as much, but.
How did she fly? How was she at
She was
flying?
great on the way out. On the way back, she was not as good. And then the older kids were great because now Delta has, I didn't know this, but you get on a plane and they have screens on every, free movies,
Yep.
free headsets. You
Wow.
don't have to pay for all this stuff anymore.
I
so it's
know.
great. And they have games and they have all kinds of stuff. Flight tracker. It's I think they should have been doing that a long time ago because it helps everybody, not just the kids, but it helps when the kids are out of line or crying. You're on the airplane next to babies. You have your headset on. You can't really hear much because you're paying attention to a movie or you're watching a
Right.
game. So I think it's great for
When I was
everybody.
in Italy, I was
it's
like,
a win-win.
Everybody's like, how can you be on a plane for 7 hours? I was like, oh, this is great, man. I never get to watch movies.
I got to watch movies.
Towel, and
I
they're
watched,
bringing me snacks.
I
I'm
watched
like,
Inferno with Tom Hanks, something about the Da Vinci
Yeah.
Code type deal. And then I watched a movie called How We Bleed, I believe. It's a boxing movie about some Italian guy from Connecticut, Rhode Island, actually.
Oh, okay.
Who broke his neck and then
Ooh.
came back to boxing.
How We Bleed. Interesting.
It was
I'll
an
have to-
awesome movie, very inspirational.
But isn't
very
it great
cool
because
movie,
nobody's
so.
on their phone? Like, you have to kind of engage in either the movies or the TV or writing or something. That's what I thought.
And their
I loved about
snacks
it,
were
'cause-
great, and they were like generous with their food again. I'm like, man, the economy is good because I think I remember traveling a while ago. I don't travel much because of the 3 kids, but where they were skimping on everything. They wouldn't give you anything. Maybe
Like
it was
one
just
bag
the
of
new-
peanuts
yeah.
and nut to
No,
it,
nothing.
right?
I don't think they'd give anything.
didn't
now,
even get a hot
now they're
towel.
like, giving us extra cookies, everything for the kids, and they got.
Well, shout out to Delta then, huh? They
You were in the
probably-
Delta Comfort section then. Is that right?
I don't. We were just in Delta.
No, that's in the regular section now, too.
Oh, wow.
They've changed it.
Now,
And
here's the thing. We weren't on a time crunch, so I don't want to say Delta's great because they were 2 hours late from leaving San Francisco to Minneapolis. So a lot of people were pissed off because half the plane had connecting flights from
sure.
Minneapolis to Toronto or to wherever
Well,
else.
at least they were calm because maybe they watched a movie and they got extra snacks.
Yeah.
I have T-Mobile, and I actually can text from the phone with T-Mobile. I don't know. They've got
From your
something.
phone?
Yes, they've got
Oh.
something
I think you
special
can,
set up.
yeah.
It's pretty
with
cool.
I have that with AT&T as well. But
On the plane?
I mean, I'm not special.
no, you are, Don. You are
thought
special.
that I was.
but
It
I
said it
think-
was a special
I hope they don't allow
T-Mobile
phone calls
customer
on planes,
thing.
though, really. I mean, I can just see some...
Texting would be fine and all that, but phone
Some
calls.
Yeah,
Yahoo
I
on a
don't want phone
phone in a
calls.
business deal going cray-cray. I don't know that I want to hear it.
Nope, I don't either.
I don't. Yeah, I don't
Although it
think
might
that's
make
a-
for some good conversations on the show.
Yeah. Well, I was storytelling last night.
Phones would be annoying. Yeah, that'd be annoying. But the trip
really.
was great. Good to be back, though, and everything's going great here. We have the remodeling show coming that we're recording this now, but the remodeling show is coming up this weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So we'll be doing that live from there on Sunday. So that'll be last
Sunday that already happened,
Yeah,
yep.
we'll be live
Yeah.
from there, and we're pumped for that. Pumped for the spring market. It's tougher than heck for buyers to get homes from the market update. It's
is
so tough. So tough. Don't give up. Do not give up.
Well, and
if
I
you're
think
trying to
even
buy a
too,
home,
and think
because-
about new construction. We just had somebody had a deal. They lost a deal and just devastated. She's crying. I'm like,
Yep. Right.
we don't have time to wait.
Yep.
Well, it's a life. It's a dream home. Why not think new construction? Okay, these builders, maybe they can build them a little faster, 3-6 months. I mean, 90 days. Most of them are getting built up in.
Yeah.
So, do you have the numbers for the...
What's the market update right now? Because I had a buyer lose out. I think they had 11 offers on a house in Richfield right before we left. She was not she handled it okay. She was not she wasn't super emotional.
Right.
But it was still tough. I mean, I put everything into it as far as getting it. We waived our inspection.
Wow.
Yeah, waived our inspection, 20% down, $5,000 earnest money, so essentially non-refundable because there's no contingency. 21,000 over ask.
Oh,
wow.
We still didn't get it.
Oh my gosh, that is insane.
I know, but
wow.
I don't know. We might
Did you
beg
write
to
a letter?
differ.
Yep.
Did you include a picture? Because that's what I'm doing now.
I don't know if we had a picture or not.
I don't know. What do we
They
may
underpriced the
beg to
home, though,
differ.
too. I think
Oh.
the home was underpriced, in my opinion. But
I was
anyway.
going to say we might beg to differ on that topic because this.
What topic?
Well, the overbidding. I mean, we're seeing it. These appraisals. I was kind of getting a little not Facebook war, but
Facebook. Have you ever seen that little mime that says a cartoon and this person says, "Yeah, I just hopped onto Facebook to see what's going on. ... And I'm in a massive argument."
yeah. Well, I try not to get him too politically involved or commentary or whatever. But actually, the agent was right. He just said that about a house or whatever, and that they overbid on the price, and then the appraisal came in low.
Oh.
And about more
What
so
happened
about
then?
like
The seller
agent
says,
not.
"I don't care, I'm not
Well,
gonna
it was more about like the agent making sure that, and this was a real estate agent that was posting it, making sure that the agent is doing their diligence and pricing the home right. And I said sometimes at Wells Fargo we get the blame for it. It's like years ago when we were appraising too high, it was Wells Fargo's fault. Now appraisals are coming in low, it's Wells Fargo's fault. We can't win. But we're seeing people overbid, and then the appraisal's not coming in at that price,
Right.
and now they're stuck because they bid 20,000 over ask, and they can't pay the difference. They don't have the money to pay the difference, and they don't understand that we don't lend off of.
And then the seller probably like, "Well, I had
Says-
multiple offers. What
Right?
do you,
Yeah,
I'm
we're
gonna
not
come
budging.
down."
So
Yep.
I don't know. I mean, so what are your thoughts on that overbidding? I mean,
Be prepared for that. So that's a good
Yeah.
topic.
Yeah,
So,
so
if
if
you're going
you're-
to overbid and you are, and it doesn't appraise, be prepared as the buyer to say either we're going to lose the house because the seller probably won't budge from our price if they have multiple offers, or be prepared to pay up the difference.
Yep.
And say, hey, and have a plan for that.
Right.
Hey, mom, dad. Hey, uncle. Hey, friend. Hey, whoever. Hey, 401k. Whoever you are, whatever you are, I'm going to use some of your money now if this doesn't appraise because I want this house that badly. Or, hey, you know what? I don't want it that badly. I guess I don't want it.
So
We're
what
gonna
are you
walk away.
advise? I mean, I guess it probably comes down to your expertise and knowledge. But I mean, are you advising? I mean, is that the ticket to overbid or?
Sometimes.
Well, you have to overbid
Yeah.
to get the house if you want
Sometimes.
it. Yeah, and a lot of them. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I had a multiple offer
have no
situation
choice.
where we overbid only the amount of the closing costs, but we wrote a really nice letter. They had a dog, so we had a picture of her and her kids and her dog, and they had kids and a dog, so it was
Okay.
an instant connection for them, and they chose her offer.
Right.
But as the listing agent, when we get multiple offers, we should be supplying comps to the seller so that they're not caught off guard that it may not appraise.
Right.
Also to the appraiser, because it's helpful to the appraiser. Some appraisers don't necessarily know the innuendos of certain
But, you can't,
neighborhoods.
but we're not able to control all of that. And
No,
we're,
we can't
we're not able
control
to
it,
control what the
but we can
appraiser
help.
does.
Yeah.
But we can try to help.
Right.
And just, it's all communication. Just tell the seller, hey, here's what the deal is. If this doesn't appraise, you have options. If the buyer can't come up with a difference, we got to go back on, or we got to go to the
Right.
next.
Well, and I
backup
think
offer
that's
and
good
stuff
for
like
people
that.
to know. I mean, if they're not working with an agent that's as experienced as you guys, they need to be asking because, again, we do see it with our clients. And they're like, well, yeah, we bid over. And then when we tell them, like, okay, well, you're going to have to come up with this extra money. They're like, well, what do you mean?
Right.
We only lend off of the appraised value. Well, we're purchasing it for this. This is what we need our loan for. No, we don't loan off a purchase price. We loan off of appraised value.
Yeah.
And we've
Yep.
had some buyers that were caught off guard because it wasn't clearly explained to them. So maybe it's, partly
Yeah,
on
part
our
of the
job, but
it's part of the offer.
part of the real estate
Like
agent's offer.
I had multiple offers on a listing. We went back to the highest offer and said, hey, we think if we want you to cover the difference if it doesn't appraise for this up
Are
to
you
this
prepared?
amount.
Yeah.
And the buyer agreed. So we took their offer. Otherwise, we were going to take a lower offer that was better financed. You know what I mean? That
Sure.
it was a better cash offer actually. And then as far as experience goes, it definitely matters in the process right now of selling and buying houses because if you really want the house, you might need some of the coaching and some of the experience on the front end, or just the open communication. I had a call
Right.
from a guy this week and said, "Hey, I have someone for you. They're switching agents," and they just says it was a listing. Lack of communication. They had no idea
Yeah.
what's going on. The agent was never communicating with them. They had to reach out multiple times to get a response of anything. They had to ask for updates on showings, updates on feedback, updates on offers that were in play, and then they wouldn't hear anything for a week. And then they'd call the agent, and after 3 times calling the agent says, "Oh, yeah, that's dead. It's over. That offer's dead." It's like, what? I mean, you know what I mean? So it's all you have to be able to manage. So that's why it comes down to making sure you have the support staff to help your team and agents that actually communicate and aren't over. I mean, we're all busy, but we're not overextending. We're not taking on
and making
too much.
it time.
So-
We had an agent, of course, I wouldn't say the name or the company, but told us that we had a 3-minute window to call her because when we were calling her, she was at lunch. And she was not going to answer for lunch. And she said, I have 3 minutes, and then I'm going in to get my taxes done, and at which time my phone will be turned off. So don't bug me then. And this is on like a day before the purchase closing, and we needed to sort some things out.
Oh,
Wow.
I was like, wow, 3 minutes. Thank you.
Wow.
Will
Oh
not
my
be
gosh.
recommending that agent in the future.
Yeah.
So
Was that an April Fool's joke that you had on Facebook, by the way?
yes,
Okay.
it is.
My mom was like, Stephanie sold her house.
I know.
Did she use you and Jason?
I
I'm
know.
like,
I had a
Mom,
lot of my
I think
realtor.
it was a joke.
I had a lot of my realtor. I
bet
even
you
had
did.
people on my staff, my employees, because we've had some changes that the manager had left the company or whatever, and so people are like, my employees are all freaking out, texting me, and I'm at this event, the Builder Association. I'm at a BATSI event, a trade show event, gala. And I'm getting all these messages from people at Wells Fargo, like, are you leaving? Are you transferring? Are you quitting? And then I'm getting messages from my family and friends that are realtors asking me,
What's going on?
Yeah, really? You didn't use me? And then
For sale
people
by
are-
owner. Tell them for sale by owner. I didn't want to
who's
offend
doing your
anybody.
mortgage? I'm like, Wells Fargo all the way, baby, you know? Yeah, it's getting harder and harder to fool people on April Fool's. So
Oh, yeah. I
That
didn't
was a
even-
good
I'm
one,
past
though.
the getting married, having a baby. Nobody's buying that stuff anymore. So I got to go with something. So anyways, yeah. No, so I am staying put. I'm happy in my home in Blaine, and everything's good.
So that's what I was going to go back to the start of this conversation was don't give up. If you're a buyer, don't give up. Keep trying. Keep going after it. Make sure the person you're working with is on it, is quick, is fast, is giving you the right advice, and also listen to the recommendations. If we tell you to go 20 over, if you really want it, and that'll take it to get it, then you might have to do that. The road to success is always under construction. So remember
yes.
that. Always
That's
under
true.
construction. So-
Yep.
Well, and like I said, be prepared. I think not only talk to your realtor, but if you're going into these situations, talk with your lender and see what options you have available for if you're going to overbid or do those kind of things. So
And we'll be back with our guest. Can't wait to talk more with Brett
Larson.
with Mesley and Kramer. Stay tuned, folks.
All the grace to anywhere I please.